Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at another death card, and this is actually a double death card for two brothers, Stefan and Georg Nothaft. And so yeah, for those of you who don't know, death cards were popular, I believe it was the late 1800s up through like the mid 1900s in Germany. When somebody died, you would give this out as kind of a remembrance of them. So it would be printed by the family of the deceased. They don't really do that anymore. Usually they'll just print some kind of obituary in the local newspaper. And this is a pretty lengthy card. There's a pretty lengthy prayer on the back. The translator that I used is not the best, so I've kind of filled in some blanks where I had to, and tried to make it make sense in English, basically. So it's not meant to be an exact translation, but kind of just a feel for what the card says. And we'll start with the cover here, which translates to "Thy will be done." And then on the inside here, we'll start with Stefan Nothaft. So his card says, "In memory of our dear, unforgettable husband, father, son, brother, son-in-law, brother-in-law, and uncle, Stefan Nothaft. He was a Gefreiter in the Feldeisenbahn, which I believe is the field railway for the German army. And he fell on the 1st of June, 1944, in the 29th year of his life. And his brother, Georg Nothaft, so that his card says, in memory of our dear son and brother, Georg Nothaft. He was an Obergefreiter, which I believe translates to about a corporal, maybe. Like I said, my translation software is not the best. In an SS regiment, participated in the campaigns in Poland, France, and Serbia. He fell on the 10th of August, 1941, in the 22nd year of his life. So he saw quite a bit of action in the early war and died almost 3 years before his brother did. So I'm assuming that George probably had his own death cards made at his funeral, and then when his brother died, they decided to include him in this death card as well. And that brings us to the prayer on the back. A wooden crucifix pierces us to a distant grave, illuminated by the sunshine, immovable in the sunlight. There my good husband, father, son, and brother lie alone in the enemy country. As often as I think of him, I think it cannot be fine. There I stand guard in spirit during the day and in the night, where my husband has been laid down forever. To this distant grave I would like to be buried, so that my good husband is no longer completely alone. But when the dead rise on the last day, then I will go quietly to my dear husband. It can hardly be grasped that you cannot come back. So young you had your life left to live. Destroyed is our luck. You were so good, you died so early. You will never be forgotten." Yeah, very, very touching. I think it's the most touching of the prayers or verses that I've seen on any of these death cards. But, yeah, so that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. If you have any information about George or Stefan, I'd definitely be interested in hearing anything that you might know. And, yeah, thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again soon.